Hey everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and I'm back with another review. And today we're taking a look at from the Hasbro Pulse exclusive line. This is a Shattered Glass Slicer with its Exosuit. Now, Slicer is a repaint of the War for Cybertron Earthrise Wheeljack, a figure that's actually been re-released in a few times. It was in a Netflix line. It was actually brought forward from Earthrise into Kingdom. Apparently, it was a very popular mold that had some distribution issues. Exosuit is a repaint of the weaponizer. What was it? Overrun. It was Scorponok's little partner drone. I'll double check that name, and I do believe it's actually using the head of the repaint with a new head from Black Warichi, which was the partner for Black Zarak in the Japanese anime. Basically, this set is an homage to the European G1 Action Master Slicer, who was a repaint of Action Master Wheeljack that came with a tank that could turn into an exosuit. So, and then this is the color scheme. Now, since this is Shattered Glass, this is Decepticon Slicer. So this is actually a good guy in the Shattered Glass universe, whereas in the normal Transformers universe, Slicer is a bad guy, like the evil Decepticon scientist. And I think I'm just going to leave it like that because if we start getting more into the descriptions of the characters and what have you, things can get a little hairy. But once again, I will mention that this is a Hasbro Pulse exclusive, and the set is available exclusively at Hasbro Pulse. So let's just move the exosuit out of the way for 1 second to give you a closer look at Slicer. And I gotta say, I had forgotten. Slicer actually comes with some extra weapons that really makes me appreciate this mold a lot more. Originally, Wheeljack just came with that shoulder launcher. And, it was nice, and, it was fitting to Wheeljack, but the figure just seemed a little plain. But what is also nice is the paint job here. We have the the blue with the black, and the clear red here, translucent red for the windshield. Thankfully, it's not like any load-bearing joint, so it should be fine. Just be careful with the transformation. And of course, gang molded were these weapons, which, as I unfold them, might look a little familiar. These are new. These are new weapons, as far as I know, but they are based on Energon Downshift's weapons. And the reason for that is the first transforming Slicer was a club exclusive, convention exclusive that used the downshift mold. So this was a very nice addition, and let me tell you, really adds something to the figure that was missing with Wheeljack. So there was that. And as I bring in the exosuit, we're gonna do a little switcheroo here, and this is just basically that drone character figure. Yes, you can flip out from the chest piece here that arc connector, the ramp connection system, so you do have that. Both figures, I want to say, do feel a little more stable than their previous releases, but everything that you like is still here in these sets. One thing I did find funny is that the instructions don't show making the spear mode for this. This can form a giant spear for Scorponok or Black Zarak, even though Zarak comes with its own spear. So that was kind of fun. So what we're going to do as I bring Slicer back in, since I've covered the transformation for both of these, we're just going to pause and get into the robot mode. And here's the figures in robot mode. I will include links to the original reviews for Wheeljack and Fast Track. That was the name I couldn't think of, and so you can get the transformation, but still works. Everything's nice and tight. Really impressed about how tight Slicer is here, being the fourth release that I can think of the mold. And even with Exosuit here being the third release, it is very nice. Now, of course, that could just be me. Your mileage may vary, but at least on my copy, it is nice. So, and you can see Slicer does come with these extra weapons, and there's a lot you can do with them. A lot of posts here. You know, you can combine them and stuff like that. I'll show you something in a moment, but let's get a little look here at these new paint jobs. Now, unfortunately, these came out in Earthrise. Earthrise is a 2-year-old line by this point. I don't have the original figures handy to compare. I don't keep things on display, so they're packed away. I mean, you can Google a picture of Wheeljack if you really want the comparison, but I like the copper there on the face, in the crotch. Really breaks up that gray with the blue, the black, that blood red coloring. And I even like the little black here underneath what was the spoiler is now become the little wings there. So there is that. So that nice colorization. Unfortunately, with the gorilla arms, well, I shouldn't say, yeah, the gorilla arms of that mold, you do have to keep the arms a little bent or else the gun would touch the ground. But on this guy, yeah, these colors really pop. You do have the play with the weapons there. I mean, there's a lot of play with this figure. And like I said, I want to say this might be the head used with Black Rorichi, unless it was the same head. I honestly don't remember. Maybe now I'm starting to think it might be the same head as Overrun. But really, this is this robot mode is a bit of an afterthought. So, you know, it's meant to be used as an exosuit. So, yeah, but I mean, articulation is the same. You do have the same modular playability, which I'm going to demonstrate right now because I'm going to combine these guys into the proper exosuit so you can see what that looks like. Okay, and here's the exosuit mode. The instructions do a very good job of showing you how to do it. There is one little thing that's different that they actually show on the back of the box, and that's how you wear this shield. They show the shield with this section here going towards the back, towards the back, but on the box it shows you over the shoulder, and that's actually pretty cool at how to do it. And the way you do it, you also have to remove the shoulder gun, but that can peg underneath this double barrel blaster. And as I said, the arm gun here can fit in, the handgun here can fit in the arm. You can have them hold the little dagger. But this is actually fairly close to that original Euro G1 figure and how it looked with the exosuit, so that is nice. Now, unfortunately, though, what isn't nice is the price. I initially, for some reason, thought this was around $38. It's not. And I think the reason why I kind of thought that is the box it came in. Yeah, this is a basic deluxe size box. In fact, this is actually might be a little bit smaller than your average deluxe size box. Because at the end of the day, the Wheeljack mold was on one of the smaller style deluxe figures. So what they did here is, with the extra space in the box, under the tray, they basically put the exosuit pieces, Fast Track, the repaint of Fast Track, which again was its own deluxe figure, and stored it here wrapped up in tissue paper with the guns. So basically the second figure was treated as an accessory. Now this set I should say actually retails for $65, and that's after tax and shipping. And if you remember, Wheeljack and Fast Track were roughly $20 figures to start, and that was before being able to find them on sale. So not only is there no savings, there's like a premium price. And yes, I understand it being an exclusive, there's that little bit of extra premium, but this is a Hasbro Pulse exclusive. It's Hasbro's own retail store. There should be something there. And they're saving on the packaging. You, it's not like Slicer is wearing the exosuit in the box, so they needed to do a larger box for the space. I mean, and keep in mind, this is after they did Shattered Glass Ultra Magnus and put it in the same box that Shattered Glass Jetfire was in. Why, I don't know. That should have been, they could have saved cardboard there. I think it's starting to become very obvious that all these green conservation actions that Hasbro are taking are less about conserving and being positive for the environment and more for cutting corners, saving money, and putting more money in their pocket, and then putting even more money in their pocket, charging us more. And I hate to put it like that, but that's exactly what it is. So, yeah, it really dawned on me as I was sitting, because at first I was really gushing over the figure, but once I broke down the price, it kind of soured me a little. So we'll pause and we'll come back with my final thoughts. There's a lot to like with this set. You're getting 2 figures, one of which is a weaponizer, so you have a lot of playability to it. Different modes. You've got a couple extra weapons for Slicer, which I think are incredible. And I mean, they really put that effort in. I don't remember seeing them. If these are not new weapons, the double barrel gun and this shoulder cannon here, please tell me and where they came from, because I don't remember seeing them. But we also cannot overlook the price, the packaging, and how really this has got to be a dollar for dollar, penny for penny, a massive value proposition for Hasbro. And I mean, I'm really disappointed with that, because between the 3 previous releases of the Wheeljack mold and the 2 previous releases of the Fast Track mold, Hasbro had to make their money back on the mold. That they could have given us a little bit of a discount, especially since this is a Hasbro Pulse exclusive, and it's gonna be exclusive to their retailer, their store. They're controlling everything. But I digress. So I mean, it's a nice set, and if you collect the Shattered Glass line, you're obviously going to get it. But let me just be clear: the $65 price, I don't see the value. I think you're actually being charged a premium for a couple of extra blasters. So if you're on the fence, I might have to recommend that you pass and hopefully wait for a sale, but I doubt that will come. So that's about it for the review. If you like this review, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. While I will always appreciate the views, the likes, comments, and subscriptions do help to communicate to YouTube through their algorithms that my channel should be exalted and held upon high. And as I always say, 98% of you watching this video right now are probably not subscribed, and you're missing out on a lot. So please subscribe. That's about it. This is your old pal Chuck for Slicer and the Exosuit. We will see you next time.